Yeah, great win today. We got off to a good start in that first half, gave us a cushion. New York kept creeping back in, but fortunately today we were able to hold them off. Uh, I know you guys will be wondering about Rye. They're doing. She left in the third quarter. I don't have any updates on her. So, but any questions other than that?
Coach Jordan for the past 5 quarters has really looked like the Jordan that we're expected to see. How good of a job has she done just kind of initiating that offense and getting open looks for her teammates?
Yeah, she's definitely been pushing the pace, and you know how she competes on the defensive end. I mean, she's put back to back good games for us, and uh, when she's playing well, I think everybody else plays better too.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about Bree Jones. She was just fantastic the last several games. Really big presence underneath the basket. What have you seen that feels like her game has been elevated to another level?
Well, I think she's always been really good. I mean, I do think she's been exceptional all season. She's physical, she's smart. I mean, is just an incredibly hard worker. She's like everything that you'd want in a player. And then she's always been really good in the post, but you can see she's even added some post moves and some different finishes. And uh, every week she gets a little more comfortable getting away from the basket too, and even knocking down threes or putting it on the floor a little bit. So uh, she's been fantastic, and uh, BG the last couple games has seemed like BG. So it's great to see her uh, getting involved and being dominant inside. So that's a really good 1-2 punch inside.
Coach, to that end, you had a 62 to 36 advantage, points in the paint wise. Was that a strategy going into this one?
Well, yeah, I mean, we wanted to establish the inside game, so that, I mean that's part of the strategy. But it all depends. Uh, they started. We were having a lot of early success inside, and then they start sending three people at the post. So we had to, be ready for that. You either had to catch it and make your move right away, or we needed to cut when it got thrown in so that we could, you know, penalize them for sending so many people onto the post. But they both made good decisions, and they both have excellent games. And then our other bigs, Nia came in and got a ton of rebounds in a short period of time. Uh, you know, we're asking Nas to guard Stewie, and then also we had her play three some tonight. So uh, and she's probably never run any of the plays from that spot, but you know fortunately she's been paying attention during practice, so she knows everybody's position apparently. But no, just excited everybody contributing, playing well. It definitely feels good to finish one off.
Coach, one thing that you all have uh, consistently talked about throughout each post-game, pregame is to play a full game, all 4 quarters. Could you just talk about your team's performance? Though the Liberty was sneaking up in some moments, I felt as though that they played all 4 quarters and closed the game out with a win.
Yeah, there's definitely some things that in that fourth quarter we would still need to clean up. Unfortunately, that was still the quarter we probably made the most defensive mistakes, especially uh, having the lead late. We just wanted not to give up threes, and that was the quarter we gave up a bunch of threes. Uh, but at least we were scoring. We didn't really just totally slow down and then not get good shots. We kept the pace up, and we still looked inside, and uh, there was definitely more of an aggression on the offensive end, and that helped us close it out.
Coach, you missed the first 12 or 13 threes in the game, but you make threes when you need them down the stretch in the second half. Could you speak a little bit about that?
Yeah. Uh, One, I would say we always need them. So, like, we need to shoot. I think at the pre-presser, I said if we shoot like 4 of 22, we're not going to win. And I was right. We were 4 of 19. So, uh, we did not shoot free. We haven't shot the three ball well in a while. We didn't shoot free throws well either. Uh, it could just be, it just happens at times you go through stretches like that, or could be a little bit of fatigue setting in. Everybody, and it's tiring for everybody how many games that we're playing, but uh, at the level that we're competing on the boards and defensively, sometimes that can take its toll. But if we want to be really good, we're going to have to shoot the ball better from the perimeter, especially if you don't shoot it well from the perimeter, they're just going to clog up the paint, trap the post, all those kind of things. You got to make people pay for those types of things, and we have too many good shooters to have some of the shooting nights that we've had.
So with that, Coach, I'll ask this. Even though you're not shooting that well from three, you're still putting up close to 90 points a game in these last few games. What is it that you tell the team to keep doing to still keep the momentum, still keep the pace? And also, how do you keep them still trying to make threes even though they're not making them in these last few games?
Well, for us, it's just the quality of the shot. If you're open, you're supposed to shoot it. I don't care if you miss the last 15 in a row. Like, open, you shoot it. If you're not open, you move the ball, and then every possession we just want to get a quality shot. And if you get quality shots throughout the game, usually you'll score at a high level. You'll get a lot of points, especially with the pace that we're playing at. But some things are out of your control as a coach. What you can't control is, or even as players, is what is the quality of shot we're getting, or how hard are we working to get that quality of shot? And I think our players are still learning that to some extent, but I definitely see some improvement. And today, whenever we really needed a basket, we didn't forget about our bigs. We got them the ball, and all of a sudden New York would hit a couple baskets in a row, and suddenly we'd get one inside, and it just made us feel better and more at ease.
Coach, let's say you were just walking down the street and there was a person that came up to you, they didn't know anything about Atlanta Dream basketball. What is one word you would use to describe this squad?
Woo. I do walk down the street sometimes. But I just think that one word is tough, because I guess one word is tough, but you got to be smart with tough if you want to be really good. And I think we're learning, and we're playing smarter basketball as the season goes on. We're executing what we want to do better. And then, our players have a toughness about them. They're competitors, and they want to do well, and they want to win, and they have high goals this year. So I'm going to cheat on that. I'm going to do two words: smart and tough. That's what we're doing.